Oh, you thought New Year's resolutions were about self-improvement? These cruise passengers resolved to scam a loyalty program harder than anyone in history. We're talking a guy smuggling rum inside hollowed-out binoculars, a man waddling off the ship stuffed with 8 stolen goose-down pillows, and an old woman pressing an industrial magnet against a slot machine while swearing her loyalty handbook allowed it. We counted down 49 of the greediest failed schemes ever pulled at sea, and the further we go, the more unbelievable they get. Hit that subscribe button before these geniuses try to scam you out of it too, and let's set sail into the madness. 1. 3 imaginary toddlers appeared on a retired accountant's cabin booking during a points promotion. The man genuinely believed those ghost children would quietly stack his loyalty rewards higher with every sailing. Then came the mandatory lifeboat drill. Officers counted heads at his station and found 3 empty life jackets dangling beside one very nervous adult. He insisted the little ones were simply shy and hiding under a blanket somewhere. Nobody on that crew had ever seen a grown man sweat through a safety vest so quickly. 2. A capuchin monkey in a tiny tuxedo got firmly denied entry to the VIP steakhouse one evening. Its owner, a confident young man, kept arguing that the animal qualified as a certified emotional support companion above all dress code rules. The host remained completely unimpressed by the formal outfit. An argument bubbled up near the host's stand while nearby diners turned their heads. The monkey solved the whole standoff in its own way. It snatched a warm dinner roll and launched it straight into a passing waiter's chest. 3. A newlywed couple who weren't actually newlyweds printed a stack of fake wedding invitations at the business center. They marched up to guest services demanding the diamond-level complimentary champagne toast for 40 guests. The catch was that those 40 guests were total strangers they had met at the pool an hour earlier. The supervisors asked to see the happy couple's rings. Both of them suddenly remembered leaving the jewelry safely back in their cabin. 4. Cabin 4102 quietly became the busiest laundromat at sea thanks to one enterprising platinum guest. He used his unlimited free laundry perk to wash dirty clothes for lower-tier passengers at $5 a bundle. Word spread fast, and soon a steady line of customers formed outside his door. The crew noticed the suspicious traffic and the mountain of strangers' socks. His booming little business folded the moment housekeeping reported the smell of 40 people's gym shorts. 5. Every premium metal loyalty cup on the ship slowly vanished into one elite passenger's luggage over 7 days. He planned to resell the whole hoard on eBay the moment he got home. His suitcase grew heavier and louder with each cup he stuffed inside. Disembarkation morning arrived, and he wheeled his bag toward the gangway with total confidence. The clanking gave him away instantly. Security opened the suitcase to find 40 cups rattling like a metal drum kit. 6. A metallic gold Sharpie became one passenger's weapon of choice against the cruise card system. He carefully colored over his basic blue loyalty card, hoping it would pass as a premium gold tier. Then he strutted to the bar and demanded his elite drink discount with full confidence. The bartender grabbed the card for a quick scan. Wet gold ink smeared all over the poor man's hands and the counter. The discount was denied and the laughter was not. 7. 4 deliberately clogged toilets in just 48 hours raised some serious eyebrows among the customer service team. The guest responsible kept calling to report his bathroom disaster with theatrical despair. He hoped the constant hardship would earn him an automatic loyalty status upgrade as compensation. Maintenance crews trudged back to his cabin again and again with plungers in hand. By the 4th visit, the plumber simply handed him the plunger. The free upgrade never came and neither did relief. 8. One premium internet package turned a Diamond member into the ship's shadiest Wi-Fi dealer overnight. He hooked up an illegal travel router and started selling internet access to the entire deck for cash. Neighbors lined up to buy a few hours of connection from his cabin. The whole scheme worked beautifully until the localized bandwidth collapsed. Suddenly, an entire deck of furious passengers lost their signal at once. The technicians traced the crash straight back to his glowing little router. 9. Laminated fake priority boarding tags looked impressively official hanging off one passenger's luggage. He had color printed them at home and trimmed them neatly to fool the gate staff. Confidently, he presented his bags, expecting the elite fast lane treatment. An agent scanned the shiny barcode with a polite smile. The screen revealed a generic economy ticket from 3 full years earlier. His luggage was waved toward the regular pile, while the line behind him snickered loudly. 10. $10,000 in casino chips sat untouched in one guest's pocket as part of a clever plan. He had discovered that charging chips to his room counted as loyalty tier spending. So he withdrew the entire pile and simply held it without placing a single bet. On the final night, he marched to the cashier expecting a free status bump. The casino manager pointed at the records showing 0 actual gambling. The chips went back and the dream collapsed. 11. Thrifty does not even begin to describe the elite passenger who weaponized his open bar perk. He ordered drink after drink, then quietly poured each one into empty shampoo bottles. His cabin fridge slowly filled with suspicious flowery containers full of cocktails. The plan was to skip paying for any drinks ashore during excursions. Housekeeping discovered the stash while tidying up one morning. The faint smell of rum and coconut conditioner gave the whole operation away instantly. 12. College students swarmed a friendly elderly solo traveler with elite status on day 1. The group showered the lonely man with attention, hoping to be added to his cabin portfolio. Their real goal was inheriting his priority tender boat perks for the entire trip. They marched him to guest services like proud adopted grandchildren. An agent asked how long they had known their dear grandfather. The students paused and admitted they met him roughly 20 minutes ago. 13. Acute claustrophobia struck one passenger with suspicious timing right at the port terminal. He clutched his chest and gasped dramatically until staff rushed over with deep concern. The whole performance was designed to force them into granting elite priority boarding through the VIP lines. Sympathetic crew members escorted him quickly toward the front. His recovery turned out to be equally miraculous. The moment he passed the velvet rope, he sprinted toward the buffet faster than any athlete. 14. Crab legs do not exactly fit under a dinner jacket, no matter how hard you try. One elite member insisted his exclusive concierge dining privilege let him pack the entire private buffet to go. He scooped mountains of seafood into commercial-sized Tupperware containers every single night. Staff watched the buffet vanish faster than any normal appetite could explain. A manager finally confronted him near the elevator. Seafood was poking out of his jacket like a very fishy porcupine. 15. $500 in onboard credit was the prize one guest chased with a fake sob story. He claimed the cruise line had carelessly lost his precious 25 cruise milestone pin. Then he demanded compensation for the sentimental trauma of sailing without it. Guest services calmly searched the records for any proof of the pin. They discovered it had never actually been ordered in the first place. His emotional trauma evaporated the second the truth surfaced. 16. Sneaking into the ship's mailroom was step 1 of a surprisingly bold dinner heist. A scheming passenger slipped inside and stole the invitation meant for a top-tier member dining with the captain. Then he actually sat down at the captain's table, acting perfectly at home. Polished crew served him appetizers while he chatted away confidently. The real guest arrived moments later with security right behind. His fancy dinner ended faster than the first course could cool. 17. Turn-down service in a diamond suite gave one lower-tier guest the perfect window to strike. He snuck inside and started ordering dozens of free elite-only sliders and wings to his own account. Lounging on the fancy bed, he barked food requests at the room service line. The orders piled up under a cabin number that did not match his face. The real occupant returned mid-feast. Wings went flying as the freeloader scrambled out the door. 18. Hopping off at the first port was the entire genius of one traveler's loyalty scheme. He booked a long sequence of 3-day cruises stacked neatly back-to-back. His plan was to fly home early, while assuming his points kept climbing as long as his luggage stayed aboard. The empty cabin and abandoned suitcase confused the crew for days. Eventually, they tracked him down at home. Ghost luggage earns exactly 0 loyalty points, it turns out. Threatening a 50-paragraph viral takedown felt like real power to one. Dramatic passenger. He promised to unleash this monstrous review on Cruise Critic unless he got a permanent lounge access pass instantly. The hotel director listened to the ultimatum with remarkable patience. Then he politely asked to read this terrifying masterpiece first. The guest sheepishly admitted he had only written the title so far. His lounge pass stayed as imaginary as his unfinished review. 20. Photoshop turned one cruiser into the proud owner of a fake luxury status certificate. He submitted the convincing document to a budget cruise line expecting an instant elite tier match. Their system ran a quick check against the original database during processing. The member ID actually belonged to a woman who had passed away back in 2012. Staff stared at the screen, stared at the very alive man. His status match request collapsed right there on the spot. 21. Refusing to leave the ship over a bathrobe is a bold way to end a vacation. One elite passenger packed the premium cabin robe into his suitcase, claiming his tier benefits sheet promised it free. Security politely explained that robes stay on the ship. He planted himself at the gangway and crossed his arms in protest. A small crowd gathered to watch the standoff unfold. He finally surrendered the robe once the line behind him started loudly booing. 22. 8 premium goose down pillows do not hide easily inside a single trench coat. A high-tier member abused the pillow menu perk by ordering the entire fluffy collection to his room. Then he attempted to waddle off the ship looking suspiciously round and lumpy. Security noticed the man inflating like a marshmallow with every step. They stopped him near the exit for a closer look. Feathers burst everywhere the moment they unbuttoned his very plump coat. 23. Spilling coffee on purpose became a strange morning ritual for one determined passenger. He used his daily free loyalty specialty coffee coupon, then deliberately tipped 5% onto the floor. Acting outraged, he demanded a fresh replacement card each time. The barista watched him repeat this exact loop 4 times before breakfast. By the 4th puddle, the staff caught on completely. His free refill scheme drowned the moment they handed him a mop instead. 24. An identical twin brother, who definitely did not exist, took the blame for one pool bar scandal. The guest got caught sharing his elite unlimited beverage sticker with 5 thirsty friends. Cornered by the bartender, he swore it was actually his sneaky twin who boarded secretly. Staff asked for any proof this mysterious sibling existed. The man fumbled through excuses while his 5 friends quietly slipped away. His imaginary twin took the fall, and the free drinks stopped flowing. 25. Complimentary VIP welcome oysters supposedly poisoned one cruiser who demanded a full refund. He clutched his stomach and described his terrible suffering in vivid detail. Guest services nodded along while quietly checking his social media. An hour earlier, he had posted a cheerful TikTok devouring 12 tacos on shore. The timeline made his oyster tragedy fall apart instantly. His refund request vanished faster than those 12 tacos ever did. 26. Skipping the actual tour was always the real plan behind one passenger's cheap excursion ticket. He bought the loyalty discounted trip purely to ride the priority bus past port security. The moment the bus parked, he slipped away toward the shopping district. His tour group waited for hours, wondering where their missing member went. The frustrated guide eventually reported him to the staff. He returned to find a very annoyed bus and a very long lecture. 27. Changing his birth year online seemed harmless to one 35-year-old traveler. He adjusted his cruise profile to claim a grandfathered legacy senior loyalty tier with extra perks. The fake age supposedly excused him from any recent sailing requirements. Staff noticed the math did not match the youthful face standing before them. They asked how he aged backward by 3 decades overnight. His senior discount disappeared along with his 30 extra fictional years. 28. Buying out the entire jewelry counter was step 1 of a sneaky refund scheme. An elite guest used his 30% loyalty discount to grab every sparkling item in the gift shop. Then he carried the haul to a different cashier demanding full retail cash back. The second clerk noticed the suspiciously deep discount on every receipt. She called the manager over for a closer look. His clever profit plan crumbled the instant they compared the paperwork. 29. Locking himself inside the Diamond Lounge bathroom for 3 hours was one passenger's idea of fine dining. He slipped in behind a real member, then hid until midnight to raid the free high-end snacks. Crew members noticed the bathroom had been occupied for an unusually long stretch. They knocked repeatedly while he munched in nervous silence inside. Eventually, the door opened to reveal crumbs everywhere. His secret snack marathon ended in pure embarrassment. 30. 3 different birthdays in one calendar year is a medical miracle worth investigating. One passenger claimed a brand new birthday on each separate cruise, demanding the diamond specialty cake every time. The crew happily delivered candles and frosting again and again. Then someone compared the dates across all 3 sailings. His birthday apparently fell in 3 different months that year. The free cake supply ended the moment his impossible calendar came to light. 31. Claiming to be the CEO's nephew works far better when you can pronounce his last name. One guest swore he was related to the cruise line boss, hoping for a VIP dining room upgrade. The crew listened politely, then asked him to say his famous uncle's surname. He stumbled through 3 completely wrong attempts in a row. Each guess sounded less like a real name than the last. His royal bloodline collapsed somewhere between the 2nd and 3rd butchered syllable. 32. Renting out deck chairs for $10 an hour was one cruiser's wild business idea. His oversized wraparound balcony offered prime sail-away views he figured were worth charging for. So he invited inter-cabin passengers to pay for a seat on his private deck. A small paying crowd actually gathered on his balcony at sunset. Crew members spotted the strange gathering and shut it down fast. His luxury seating empire folded before the ship even left the harbor. 33. $50 slipped to a galley worker seemed like a clever shortcut to the bridge. One passenger tried to bribe the low-level staffer into sneaking him onto the captain's private tour. He insisted his loyalty status secretly granted him special clearance for restricted areas. The honest worker reported the bribe immediately to his supervisor. Security arrived to have a friendly chat with the schemer. His $50 bought him nothing but an awkward conversation and a warning. 34. Hollowed-out binoculars filled with cheap rum do not survive an airport-style X-ray. A cruiser smuggled his liquid stash through security inside the fake optical device. When the scanner flagged it, he calmly called it an elite medical instrument. The officer asked exactly what medical condition required rum-filled binoculars. He had no answer beyond a guilty little smile. His clever contraption was confiscated while the whole line behind him cracked up. 35. Bidding up cheap paintings with a secret partner sounded like easy elite credit. One loyalty member coordinated with a friend to artificially inflate the prices at the onboard art auction. The goal was triggering the high roller reward tier without spending real money. Their suspiciously aggressive bidding on a $5 print raised every eyebrow in the room. The auctioneer paused and asked why nobody else was bidding. Their shill scheme collapsed under the weight of one cheap oil painting. 36. Chewing gum on a lanyard is a creative tool for robbing a tip box. A guest got caught on camera fishing cash out of the loyalty concierge's container with his sticky contraption. He dangled the gum like a fisherman hunting for folded bills. The hidden lobby camera captured every patient little dip and pull. Security reviewed the footage with growing amazement. His gummy fishing expedition reeled in nothing but a permanent ban from the concierge desk. 37. A photoshopped airline cancellation email became one passenger's ticket to a free hotel night. He forged the fake delay notice hoping to force an elite tier stay at the final port. The document looked convincing enough at first glance during his complaint. Then staff noticed the airline's name was spelled 3 different ways in one email. They asked him to forward the original message directly. His free hotel night disappeared the instant he could not produce it. 38. Printing a fake old menu at home was one guest's strange attempt at saving money. He waved the homemade page around claiming his loyalty tier guaranteed historical pricing on premium steak. The waiters examined the suspiciously low numbers with raised eyebrows. Nothing about the cheap font or crooked logo looked remotely official. A manager confirmed no such pricing lock ever existed. His historical steak discount became history the moment they checked the real menu. 39. 45 pool towels stacked into a fort is a bold claim on public space. An elite cruiser checked out the entire towel supply to build walls around his family's deck chairs. The fluffy fortress completely blocked the main poolside walkway for everyone else. Passengers grumbled as they squeezed past the towering cotton barricade. Crew members arrived to dismantle the elaborate stronghold. His family's private fort came crashing down to a round of relieved applause. 40. Booking every spin class slot under fake names guaranteed one passenger a private workout. He reserved the entire limited elite session, so the studio and instructor belonged to him alone. The schedule showed a full class of mysterious riders who never arrived. The confused instructor stood ready for a crowd that simply did not exist. Then the truth about the phantom bookings surfaced. His solo spin fantasy ended with a stern lecture and a very public cancellation. 41. Maritime right-of-way does not actually exist for a platinum loyalty card. One guest tried shoving past families with strollers at the island tender boat dock. He loudly insisted his elite tier legally granted him priority over every standard passenger aboard. Parents stared in disbelief as he demanded the front of the line. A crew member calmly explained that no such maritime law existed anywhere. His imaginary sea privileges sank fast while the families boarded ahead of him. 42. Tracing the captain's signature off Google onto a wine bottle takes real dedication to fraud. One passenger printed the famous autograph, then carefully copied it onto a generic bottle. He paraded it around claiming the bridge crew personally gifted it for his loyalty. The shaky trace lines did not quite match the real signature, though. A wine steward recognized the cheap bottle underneath the fake honor. His prestigious gift turned out to be a $5 pour with a forged label 43. Escaping through the backstage crew doors after a show seemed perfectly reasonable to one guest. He marched toward the private exit, screaming that his loyalty tier granted all access production privileges. A startled stagehand blocked the path before he reached the restricted area. The guest insisted his status made him practically part of the cast. Security arrived to escort the confused star back toward the regular doors. His backstage debut ended before he ever reached the curtain. 44. Hoarding all 30 thriller novels from an honor system library is a bold opening move. One guest cleared the entire shelf on day one with a suspicious gleam in his eye. His plan was renting the books back to fellow readers for $5 a day at sea. Avid readers grew furious when every good novel had mysteriously vanished. The crew traced the shortage straight to his overflowing cabin. His little rental empire closed once they reclaimed the entire stolen collection. 45. Taping cardboard over a golf simulator laser turns every swing into a miracle shot. One passenger blocked the tracking sensor so the machine recorded perfect 400-yard holes in one. Each swing magically triggered flawless scores toward the elite tier tournament prize. Staff noticed his impossibly perfect game lighting up the leaderboard. A quick inspection revealed the suspicious cardboard taped over the sensor. His championship dreams crumbled along with the soggy little flap of fraud. 46. 300 photocopied ballots is an aggressive way to win a passenger talent show. An elite guest printed the stack at the business center to rig the competition for his spouse. The prize was a $500 onboard credit voucher worth all that cheating. Organizers counted far more votes than there were passengers on the ship. The suspicious landslide victory immediately raised questions. His ballot stuffing scheme unraveled when the math made absolutely no sense. 47. A $20 bill slipped to the entertainment staff felt like a guaranteed karaoke shortcut. One passenger claimed his diamond status gave him absolute priority override over the singing line. 40 people had already waited 2 patient hours for their turn at the microphone. The staffer refused the cash and pointed firmly toward the back of the queue. The crowd cheered the rejection with surprising enthusiasm. His VIP serenade got bumped behind every single person he tried to skip. 48. An industrial magnet pressed against a digital slot machine earned one older guest a casino ban. He pressed the powerful device against the glass while loudly defending his actions. He claimed his elite tier handbook authorized him to test the machine's calibration personally. Security watched the whole bizarre performance with folded arms. Digital slots have no magnetic parts to manipulate anyway. His calibration testing privileges ended with a one-way escort out of the casino. 49. 7 fake corporate names on a VIP art registry is a lot of imaginary companies. One guest signed up as several elite international gallery buyers to score free shipping and framing. The art director was impressed by this remarkably busy single customer. Then he noticed all 7 businesses shared the exact same cabin number. The suspiciously crowded address gave the whole charade away. His fictional art empire collapsed the moment someone actually read the forms. And there you have it. 49 passengers who looked at a simple loyalty program and decided full-blown crime was the move. Honestly, the audacity deserves its own award. If even one of these geniuses made you laugh, smash that like button, subscribe to BrainFumble, and ring that notification bell so you never miss the next pile of nonsense. Share this with that one friend who hoards free hotel shampoo too. Now tell me down in the comments, which scam was the dumbest? And would you ever have the nerve to try any of these at sea? Spill it.